What's going on, everyone? This is Brian from metalhomerecording.com. So today I'm going to be answering a question that I've gotten several times, and that is, why do we even bother with these whole amp simulations and guitar cabinet simulations? People just don't get what it is from the most basic level. So today I'm going to be making a beginner's guide to recording guitar in the box in your computer with amp simulations and cabinet simulations. So if you see here, I have an empty project except for just this little track here that I'm using to talk back to you right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a mono track. Now, however you do this in your own program, this is in Cubase 7.5. So however you add a track in your own program, just go ahead and add one. And I'm going to rename this track Guitar. So, since we're starting from the beginning, the entire signal chain is my guitar using a Mogami cable, going down into this radial JDI, and I'll try to get you a video of that. And then that radial JDI is going up into my interface. And you can see a few things lighting up on my interface. Those are just the microphones that I have plugged in. And if I play the guitar like that, you're going to see that the guitar is going into number 3. So all of that's recording right now is just the raw sound of the guitar with nothing going on, just guitar straight out into the interface, well, through a radial JDI box. And so how do we get that sound into the computer? So it's going into number 3 on my interface. So we're going to have to add an input bus. So however you do this in your own program, in Cubase, I'm going to hit F4, which brings up this little connection screen. I'm going to hit add bus. I need just a mono track because it's just a guitar, just a mono signal. And since I'm going into 3, this just happened to have set itself to 3, just because that was the next in line after 1 and 2, which are up here. But if it, let's say it set itself to 7 to start with, and I had to go change it to 3, because that's what the guitar is going into. I don't have to rename this, but I'm going to. I'm going to call it Guitar In. And so we've got our input bus set up. Now on this guitar track, I'm going to change it from voice in, which is what I have my mic plugged into right now. And I'm going to set guitar in. Now you're going to have to figure out how to do that on your own program, your own DAW, your own, well, I'm using Cubase, whether you're using Pro Tools, Ableton, whatever. You have to figure out how to do that on your own, just setting the inputs basically. And if I listen to that guitar in, it is just the raw sound of the guitar. Just the raw sound of the guitar going straight into the interface. So far so good. Now is where things get interesting. So, since this question was asked in the context of a guitar rig video I had up, I'm going to load in Guitar Rig 5. So I'm going to go to my inserts and load up the VST plugin, Guitar Rig 5. Again, you have to figure out how to do that in whatever program you're using. And of course, you have to own Guitar Rig 5 to do this. Now, you can load up whatever amp simulation. You can load up Amplitude. You can load up the Waves GTR. You can load up free amp sims, of which you'll find some on metalhomerecording.com. You got any options you want, but I'm just going to load up Guitar Rig 5. So I'm going to load up Guitar Rig 5. Now, for this demonstration, I'm going to load in a preset that I made with the 5150 amp model, Van 51. And you see in this preset, I have a Tube Screamer emulation and the 5150 Van 51 amp model. And so far, there's no guitar cabinet emulation. So if I play through this, it's just going to sound like static. So sounds maybe kind of cool for some uses, but not going to be terribly useful. Now, if I want to use the built-in cabinets from Guitar Rig, I can come over here and load really any one of these, but just for speed purposes, I'm just going to show you with the matched cabinet. This is what Guitar Rig thinks is the best cab simulation for its Van 51 5150 simulator. Not too bad, but and you can tweak the settings however you want and mix the microphones and but that's basically what it thinks sounds pretty good with that. Now you can go in and tweak till your heart's content and get a certain sound. But you can also use third-party cabinet emulations, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this matched cabinet block. And right underneath it in the insert effects, I'm going to load in Le Cab 3. I'm sorry, Le Cab 2. In Le Cab, going to hit this little open screen. Now this program is absolutely free. You can find a link to the Pullin site to download this on in the description below and also on metalhomerecording.com. So with either a real amplifier or a virtual amplifier like Guitar Rig, you have to pick a guitar cabinet or guitar cabinet simulation that you think sounds best or sounds good with whatever amp you have. So in this preset, I thought that the Killer Tone Cabs Package 1 IR13 Bright Biting cab simulation sounded good with this Guitar Rig preset. So I'm just gonna hit this little open folder button here, and if you purchased Killer Tone Cabs either Package 1 or the Ultimate Bundle, you're going to have a folder that says Package 1 Waves and IR13. Those are always in this all-around folder. IR13, there it is. And it was Bright Biting. So there's Bright, but Bright Biting is in the Biting folder. So Biting, Bright Biting. So now the guitar is going through Guitar Rig into these two modules here, and then into the next insert effect, which is this cabinet simulation. I like to increase the volume to 100% there. Right here on this, you can leave the volume at whatever on here and increase the volume elsewhere. But this is what it sounds like. Now, for my purposes, I like that a little bit more than the stock Guitar Rig, but whatever works best in your mixes. and I just find it a little bit richer, and the stock one is just a little bit too bright and too scratchy for me, but it doesn't sound bad, and it definitely will work in some mixes. So that's what external guitar cab simulations do. So basically, for a small amount of money, especially compared to the price of a guitar cabinet, you can get a variety of new sounds with whatever amplifier simulations you have, even if that's guitar rig, if it's amplitube, if it's a Line 6 pod, if it's whatever, an Axe Effects, a Kemper, anything. You can use these third-party cabinet emulations to be your cabinet and get a variety of good sounds. I hope this helped, and I will see you next time.